This is why most of these big Democrat cities are just completely screwed, because they've put unqualified people in charge because they are black or women, whatever it is. So here's the police chief in D.C. Being asked that simple question. She has to run away and have, I believe, the mayor, whatever it is, finish answering the question, because she doesn't even know what chain of command means. Watch this.
That's what the chain of command is now?
What does that mean?
Well, is it Pam Bondi speaking to the mayor, speaking to you, or how does this work?
So the executive order is clear. The president has requested MPD services, and our home rule charter outlines the process. The president designated Attorney General Bondi as his proxy to request services through me.
That's what the chain of command is now?
What does that mean?
Well, is it Pam?
What's the chain of command? What's that mean? Chain of command, you know. The chain of command. I ain't talking about no chains. What you mean, like slave chains? And all you saw there were three black women. They're in charge? I'm sorry it sounds racist. I'm sorry it's not this feel-good fucking the way it should be, way it's, imagined like unicorns and dragons. But black women in positions of leadership are not very competent, not very effective. This isn't just coming out of my ass. I have seen too many instances where they just are incompetent. Mayor Bass in Los Angeles, another one. Letitia James, the attorney general in New York, who ran on the platform that she is going to get Donald Trump. No proof that he had done anything. There wasn't even an inkling of any crime that the attorney general should be looking into as far as Donald Trump went. But she said, I am going to get Donald Trump if you elect me attorney general. That isn't how it works. You need reasons to have enough evidence to set up a grand jury to get an indictment. That's how it works. You don't just go elect me and I'll find fucking something. Again, because of this black thing, this incompetence issue, and this emotion factor. They work on pure, unbridled, irrational emotion. Hi, this is Anthony Cumia.
Hello, I'm Gavin McInnes.
And together we're Compound Censored.
And we would like you to subscribe with this deal using this promo code right below me right now.
Do it, because it's very entertaining. And when something is told to them that is pure common sense, it's absolutely good for the people. If their mindset, agenda, and emotion doesn't agree with that, you could talk until you're blue in the fuck face. They will not go along with it. They will stick with their irrational emotion and incompetence, and that's what they run with. And that is why every big Dem city you see run by black women, police chiefs are black women, the city council are made up of predominantly black women. It's a clusterfuck. It is a clusterfuck. And this is the truth. This is how it is. Show me one city that is run by a black woman mayor, a black woman police chief, board of director, whatever it is, city council, that is running smoothly, that is low crime, economically doing well. Property values are up. Taxes are down. Show me. Show me. You can't. Don't even bother looking. Trust me on that one. So they're all pissed off. And already they've arrested a few people, black people. Look, DC crime, it's, teens, they say. They love calling the perps teens because that's the only thing they could say. Black teens would be a lot more accurate. They use words like brute. I love that. A brute assaulted somebody. A brute stabbed someone on the subway. Oh, okay. Brutes. We got to be honest. Politicians, the police, upper echelon, the brass, the bosses, they got to start being a little more honest and at least calling out that this is a predominantly, the vast majority of the people perpetrating violent crimes in these cities are young black people, not even just men. Young black women are a violent bunch, man. And it's got to start being addressed because that's the shame factor. That's which is important. That's the factor where people start looking and going, oh, yeah, why are they doing this? Now we could start the other questions. You got to break that ice and go, it's predominantly, like I said, vast majority black violent crime going on in these cities. Now that we've said that, now we can start asking some of the black leadership and why is that? What are you going to do about it? And throw away all the excuses. The slavery, the Jim Crow, the oppression, the bigotry, throw it away. That shit has been irrelevant for so long. If anything, we've seen, black people in this country get the white guilt pass on so many things. We see so many of these black criminals, they get arrested, serious charges, and they're out in no time. When they finally do kill somebody, there's a laundry list. Their record is unbelievably long and illustrious with violent crimes. Some of the charges, gun crimes on there that should have put them in prison for 10 years. And they're out in a year. And they get out and take up right where they left off. And again, this is because of police. The leadership in police are racist. And they will totally give young blacks the benefit of the doubt and let them out. Judges, a lot of liberal DEI black judges that see a black person in front of them and go, I can't lock that person up. This is one of my people. And they let him out and same result. District attorneys, state AGs, they don't go after him. They don't even start the ball rolling. Yeah, this is good. We're not even going to continue with the case. He can go about his way. And that's where we are. So the initial step here in DC is pretty good because I think all we're going to see are black people getting arrested for violent crime. And then hopefully when they're introduced into the judicial system, once again, not introduced really, it follows through. And we start seeing indictments and prosecutions and real sentencing. Now I'm in the land of unicorns and dragons because I don't see it happening. It's been going on so long the other way. And the liberals, the Democrats, and especially the black liberal Democrats, and just people in the black communities, they're so dead set against this. They're honestly admitting that blacks commit the most crimes in DC. Because why would they be so upset that law enforcement is going in and cracking down on crimes, serious crimes, violent crimes? Why would they care? You'd think that would be such a good thing. I can't wait to see the collection, the diversity in the people that are arrested. White, black, Hispanic, Asian, oh, it's going to be fantastic. They'll clean up everybody. And then when they just see blacks getting arrested, they instantly make the assumption that the whole program is racist and they're just going after blacks. Well, you can come to a different conclusion and say maybe the vast majority of the people perpetrating the violent crimes are black. But they never want to consider that. That is so inconvenient for them to consider. Harmful, hurtful, ruins their agenda. They can't spout their nonsense of a racist nation and racist police and law enforcement, systemic racism in the judicial system, if the facts are that blacks are being arrested because they are the ones committing the crimes. So it's going to be interesting going forward. See how this pans out. I don't know. I hope something comes of it. I think I got some of the, more DC stuff. Okay, Trump. This one is Trump takes over DC police. This is his initial statement during his press conference yesterday, I think it was, when he actually said this is what he's going to be doing in DC. We have a few clips here of protesters and things like that. So we'll start with Trump's initial statement from DC.
I'm announcing a historic action to rescue our nation's capital from crime, bloodshed, bedlam, and squalor, and worse. This is Liberation Day in D.C., and we're going to take our capital back. We're taking it back. Under the authorities vested in me as the President of the United States, I'm officially invoking Section 740 of the District of Columbia Home Rule Act. You know what that is? And placing the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department under direct federal control, and you'll be meeting the people that will be directly involved with that. Very good people, but they're tough, and they know what's
Goebbels,
happening. And they've done it before. In addition, I'm deploying the National Guard to help reestablish law, order, and public safety in Washington, D.C., and they're going to be allowed to do their job properly. I'm announcing.
Yeah. He's well within his legal authority to do this. He quoted the statute that allows him to do this, which just pisses off the left. But who would be, if it's legal, what he's doing, and there is a problem. I mean, we saw our own Doge hero Big Balls get beat up by a group of young brutes in D.C. And this happens all the time. Remember the Democrat that got stabbed a while back? He said some things about Hillary, and he got stabbed. I'm not sure if that was just typical D.C. Violent crime or Hillary Clinton, but D.C.'s not a nice place. We've been there. I mean, you hear these people talking about crime is down. It's a beautiful place, our beautiful capital. You're delusional. It's a shithole. It's like every other big city. Garbage strewn, drug addicts doing the fucking fentanyl ? Lean. Crime, thuggery. It's not a nice place. It should be. You go there and you're able to concentrate and have all your attention focused on the amazing history that you're seeing there. Not have to look around afraid of thugs or see, a monument that you want to take pictures of, and it's just strewn with garbage and homeless encampments, and it just smells like fucking weed all around. That's the shit. Quality of life stuff. All right, here's Here's some blacks. They're very angry at Trump's crime plans, his plans to clean up D.C. And again, this clip in particular would lead me to believe, if I was just your average Joe watching this clip, I would be led to believe they are admitting that blacks perpetrate the most crimes in D.C. Because why then would you call this program? Why would you say there are racist undertones to it if they are going out to arrest criminals and they're mostly going to be arresting black people? Wouldn't you come to the conclusion that those are the people committing the crimes? So if you're mad about it, you know that they're committing the most crimes. You just don't want them to pay consequences for it. That's the real rub here, isn't it? Let's watch.
Great. The president has been trying to provoke violence here, right here, in the black communities and in the brown communities. Having ICE kidnap our neighbors, having the black community be harassed and profiled and want a response. We say, hell no, we won't go.
Make that up? Good one.
When we say we won't go, that means we're not going into those mass incarceration, into their prisons and enslavement. We won't go into their ICE, what do you call his beautiful centers that he got.
Beautiful.
We won't go to where alligators live. Hell no, we won't go.
Hell no, we won't go. Hell no, we won't go. Hell no, we won't go.
Today we gather to speak plainly about policy path that sounds strong, but in truth, it weakens the very safety we seek. We believe there is a better way to protect us all. One that respects rights to build trust and keep our communities truly safe, and that is fascism-free. Fear is not a roadmap to safety. It is a burial. It fails hardest on the black communities that already we bear a disproportionate share of surveillance, stops, and forces. I want to be clear, we've been here before. This is a long history. Well before today, the black communities bear the brunt of aggressive policing. Data and reports from many credible organizations show patterns. Black people are more likely to be stopped, searched, questioned, arrested, and harmed in encounters with the law. When we add the presence of federal agents or the National Guard to daily life in these neighborhoods, the burden can multiply. Not by making harm more rare, but making it more visible and more likely to escalate. So be clear, this has been going on. But as you bring more policemen, it's going to escalate. Black Washingtonians have long recognized that community violence cannot be solved through state violence, and have asked for meaningful investments and solutions that are proven to work. Racist over-policing goes beyond D.C. as the roots of American policing in many regions, like enslaved patrol. Police have been enslaving and murdering black people with freedom for punishment for centuries. I stand in front of you today with a signal to the residents of D.C. and the country that we will not be idle as oppressive structures try to harm our communities and take power. The fight for black liberation and the liberation of all people will not stop no matter our oppression, intimidation, manipulation tactics.
Manipulation.
We have the right to demand respect, to protect ourselves and protect each other. And as the executive director of Hers Wildest Dreams, I want to name white people's civil rights have never been in danger because they are white. The white civil rights represents the desire from the Jim Crow. Full stop. At Hers Wildest Dreams, and as we support Free DC, we're fighting against mass incarceration, policing, ICE, violence towards immigrants and Muslims, violence in Palestine, worker exploitation, and more. We're fighting for freedom and safety for all people.
You could just the low IQ. Can't you just hear it in the voice? You could just hear the low IQ right there. Beautiful. There's a thing some black people do. They put an R after the U. After the U, there's a consonant and then a U, and then they'll put an R there. So beautiful. Community. I remember, who was it? We had a boxer. Oh, it might have been, what's his name? $1 Million, what's that guy's name? Floyd? George Floyd?
Mayweather, Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather. Yeah. And he was on the O&A show. And I was laughing because he would say, and I'm the undisputed champ. I'm like, undisputed? It's a weird speech impediment that I've only heard black people do. And she was doing it right there. Beautiful. I don't know. Community. So, of course it's a problem. Law enforcement is a problem. This should be celebrated by the people of DC, by the people that live there, that work there, the tourists that come there. It should be celebrated by every single person. Only a lunatic or someone so low IQ and stupid they can't see how good this is for the city would think different. And, that's what we get. Low IQ, completely emotionally driven. The victim card, the victimization has to be in full effect. That's part of the long agenda that they've been playing in the black community. And it has to continue. So they need this to look like they are the victims, that this is a personal agenda of Donald Trump, dictator, fascist, Führer, against black citizens. If black people aren't committing crimes, they wouldn't be arresting a lot of black people. That's the simple, easy fact of the matter. Here's more Trump DC crime program protests. These are you have your people that get up and give their speeches. You have your politicians and the mainstream media and newscasters. But nothing works without a good old fashioned degenerate shithead protest of people out in the street chanting the same thing like the retarded cult members that they are. So let's take a look at some of the protests going on now.
We coming, and this is our city. Whose city? Whose city?
No.
Whose city? Our city. Whose city? Our city. Free DC. 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 Protect home rule. 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 Protect home. We coming.
Chanting is probably the most unintelligent, the most widespread example of lack of intelligence, lack of your own ideology, your own deductive powers of deduction and deductive reasoning. And you are just this part of an organism that just works as one stupid organism. And the chanting is such an example of that. Someone says something, you just go, blah, blah, blah. You just chant the same thing over and over again. And you think it's some type of empowering thing that we're getting our word across. No, you just look like a group of dummies that repeat the same thing. And then if you've noticed with these organisms, these collectives that all chant the same thing, when one is pulled away by somebody that with a microphone, and then they ask them, why are you here? What are you protesting? How do you see a solution? Instead, you ask them real questions. They do not have a clue. They don't know. They get very frustrated very quickly. They lash out at the person asking them a question, and then they run away. They leave saying, I'm not even going to talk to you, because they're part of a collective. They're inconsequential, ineffective, useless, alone, you know? But when they're part of the collective and they got this chant that they can yell out and repeat from someone else, then they're part of it. No independent thought, no ability to see what's going on, rationally assess it in your own intelligent mind, and then come to some type of opinion or conclusion that you can then convey to other people. They're incapable of this. We've seen this thousands of times with these protests. They just cannot voice what they're protesting. So they yell out these dumb slogans because they're like the herd, the zombies. Oh, here's a herd of zombies. That's it. It's the epitome of groupthink, lack of independence, unintelligence. It's right there for you to see. Happens all the time. Here's Jeanine Pirro. Jeanine Pirro, she's the Attorney General, I believe, for the United States now. She was appointed. And here she is speaking out on the weak laws and crime that led to Donald Trump taking over, federalizing D.C. Let's listen to Jeanine Pirro.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, and thank you, Madam Attorney General, and to all my partners here. We all want the same thing. We all want a safe city. We want a safe capital. We want to be able to bring our families here. We want to be able to come and enjoy the history that makes this place great. And unfortunately, we are not in that position right now. And Mr. President, I want to thank you for taking the step that we need right now to make criminals understand that they are not going to get away with it anymore. And I'm not going to stand here and go over and over the cases. But what I can tell you is this. I see too much violent crime being committed by young punks who think that they can get together in gangs and crews and beat the hell out of you or anyone else. They don't care where they are. They can be in DuPont Circle, but they know that we can't touch them. Why? Because the laws are weak. I can't touch you if you're 14, 15, 16, 17 years old and you have a gun. Tell me about it. I convict someone of shooting another person with an illegal gun on a public bus in the chest. Intent to kill? I convict him. And you know what the judge gives him? Probation. Says you should go to college. We need to go after the D.C. Council and their absurd laws. We need to get rid of this concept of, no cash bail. We need to recognize that the people who matter are the law-abiding citizens. And it starts today. But it's not going to end today, because the president is going to do everything we need to do to make sure that these emboldened criminals understand we see you, we're watching you, and we're going to change the law to catch you. And my final note is this. These kids understand that the jurisdiction is through the state attorney general, Brian Schwab. I did a poster of the young man from Doge who was beaten bloody with a severe concussion, a broken nose. And then I did a poster of what happens to those kids, because I can't arrest them. I can't prosecute them. They go to family court and they get to do yoga and arts and crafts. Enough. It changes today. Thank you, Mr. President.
Yes. Tough talk. Sounds good. I would love if that was the truth. Oh, that's why I'm looking so weird. I got these big giant. There we go. Less light, see? Less light here. If you're doing a podcast or anything, a little hint. And you want your lighting right and everything. If you have a big monitor next to you, like I have right here, don't leave your browser open. It's literally throwing like monitor light onto your little picture there. Little hint for the podcasters out there. Yeah, it sounds good. I like what she's saying, but what does that take to really come to fruition and help with the issue? Is it going to happen? If it takes any type of actual cooperative bipartisan legislation, it will never happen. And there are so many Soros funded and literally Soros appointed through his money, judges and attorneys general, so stupid, prosecutors, all of it. And that'll never change. I mean, yeah, they could arrest these guys. You could have even have a DA that really wants to prosecute. And then you got a judge, the weak link in the chain. And these kids get off. And like Jeanine Pirro was saying, they go to yoga, they arts and crafts, and then they go out on the street and kill somebody, carjack someone, assault people, stab them, rob them, whatever. The whole chain of command, what's that? What am dat? Has to be effective. There can't be a weak link in there. Right from the police out there doing the street work, arresting these people, all the way to the judge that will impose a sentence on these people if they're convicted, and the corrections, the actual prison system. Everything has to be solid links in that chain, because one weak link, and that's where they pour out back onto the streets. Very tough assignment, very tough. I like this. I like that it shakes shit up. I like that it gets that much closer to identifying the problem. To somebody of note, the president, the attorney general, the police chiefs, to saying this is a problem within our Black communities in these cities. If you have a problem that so many young Blacks are being arrested for serious and violent crimes, then look within your own community. Don't look for excuses that it's the cops, that it's a racist, systemic system in our country. Look at yourselves. You would not be followed around in a store if you weren't doing the stealing. Just happens. How many Asians get followed around a Walmart when they're walking through a Walmart or a CVS and they're in and out of the aisles? How many loss prevention employees at those stores are going, I got an Asian in aisle 5. I'm going to be following this guy. I submit never. And, sometimes you'll get a white person, usually a white woman, overweight. She got a big straw bag with her, and she's just looking around a little much. And loss prevention goes, yeah, I think we should keep an eye on her. Legit. Profile. She fits the bill. But when Black people walk into a store and they're going up and down the aisle and looking around a little bit, oh, you better be sure they're going to fucking follow her. It's just statistics. If you're in any form of law enforcement or even something, loss prevention in a store, You have statistics and history and precedent to go on. You don't just randomly pick someone and go, I'm going to follow that person. It would be a waste of time and resources, wouldn't it? So you look for a person that statistically fits the profile of someone that would steal in your store. Now, why is that black people? Is that racist? If statistically they are the ones that are doing the most shoplifting in these stores, or robbery, as I call it nowadays. Yeah, it's a tool. Using statistics, Valium, is a tool, a very worthwhile tool to use, especially in something like loss prevention and police work. You have something to go on. From nothing, from complete randomness, you now have something that whittles down where you should put your focus. That's a great thing, because ultimately you want to be able to use every resource you have available to you to whittle that down to the least amount of people. That makes you more efficient. So to say it's racist is insane. It's scientific. It's mathematic. It's statistical. That's what's going on. But try to explain that to a 65 IQ person. So if you enjoyed that clip,
then subscribe to Compound Censored using this promo code.